And a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Vincent Milletti with Milletti Law, the founder, owner, partner of the law offices of Vincent Milletti. You can find us online at www.millettilaw.com. That's www.millettilaw.com. And today is a very interesting topic I'd like to discuss just momentarily, because to be honest, it was very kind of like eye-opening for myself. It's a very interesting concept. It's basically just this very nuanced, very new thing. It is called non-fungible tokens, NFTs. So many of you have seen the meme online with something called Nyan Cat. Nyan Cat is a half cat, half Pop-Tart that poops rainbows. And I kid you not, this thing exists, right? So Nyan Cat is, originally was a GIF file. It was a graphic image file, whatever that stands for, and it has a little animation. Very funny song back in the days. It was kind of like a joke on YouTube. It had like 1 million hits. It had the 10-minute Nyan Cat song. Interestingly enough, these little GIF files, these little JPEG files, they're actually traded on some kind of like blockchain marketplace, which is very interesting because, just for the simple fact that it's just another way to make passive stream of income. So I do want to talk about it just for a moment because it's very interesting. It's a very new area of law. Not law, but it's a very new area just like of investment to get into. It's not a security. It's not crypto. It is crypto, but it's not Bitcoin. It's nothing like, it's just this very like nuanced thing. So let's get started. So a non-fungible token, right? An NFT. So what is this, right? So non-fungible, meaning that it's not replaceable. Something that's fungible is replaceable with anything. You can't interchangeably use something. So it is a unique token. Token is just something that represents a value, right? So I don't know. You could say the deed is the token of your house, right? So the house is something tangible, this piece of property. The deed is just kind of like that symbol, that thing that symbolizes, that contract that symbolizes the value. So you have this non-fungible, meaning it's can't be replaced. It's its own unique thing. It's its own unique concept, its own unique image or whatever. Token, this medium of transfer for value. It's a token. So that's where we are, right? So how does it get its value? So basically, all tokens got to function, got to operate on something known as a blockchain. So when you think about a blockchain, just think about a ledger, a bank ledger. Everything that happens with this one particular token is recorded on this ledger, on this blockchain, okay? So where do these NFTs come from? Where do these non-fungible tokens come from? For lack of a better term, they come out of your ass. But we're going to be a little more classy here and we're going to explain a little bit more. So there's a process called minting. Minting is how they create these tokens, how they create these NFTs. So essentially the way it works is every NFT has to have certain characteristics in order to be placed on a blockchain. In order for that token to be placed on a ledger, it has to have certain characteristics. And they all come with, essentially, there's little rules here and there, but for the most part, they all have unique identifiers, they all have some sort of metadata, and they all have some sort of code that is unique to them. And that's why they're non-fungible, because they all have this one, those are the three qualities that they all have. They have unique identifiers, metadata, and a kind of a code which displays its very unique properties. So as far as I understand, let's just say the code is 40 pieces long, 50 characters long, the code is. That unique code should always follow that NFT, right? So if the code is let's just say 9 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That code should always follow that NFT. And if that code is any different, it's not the same one. Why? Because it's non-fungible. It's not interchangeable, okay? So each one of these NFTs needs its unique identifier and its code to preserve its integrity and to preserve its value. There are blockchains, there are marketplaces for this stuff, and those marketplaces, those blockchain ledgers are very good. They track them. They're very high level of integrity. They don't merge anything. They don't frustrate the data. It's very well tracked. So it's also easy to understand what isn't an NFT, right? What an NFT is not. An NFT is not a security. It's not, and I'm sure that's controversial because I'm sure some will argue it is security, but it's not like a security on like a marketplace, on like an IP on like a stock exchange or something. It's not an actual asset, it's symbolic of one. So it's a representation of an asset. In other words, it's a representation of value. That JPEG, that GIF image of Nyan Cat, the half cat, half Pop-Tart that farts rainbows, there is no value for Nyan Cat. But Nyan Cat represents value, so Nyan Cat represents an underlying asset, an underlying amount of number, an underlying value is what Nyan Cat represents. So so moving on a little bit. So understand, so everybody has a unique blockchain account, and everybody has a unique blockchain wallet. Blockchain accounts are basically, I don't know, 40, 50 digit codes that are completely depersonalized, which is why nobody can ever, like, you really can't trace where this money's going. It's just this code that's completely depersonalized. I could have a blockchain account. I could endorse it and say, hey, account number XYZ is mine. I could say nothing about it and nobody would be none the wiser, but it's an account that, you could transfer. It will hold your value. It'll hold your tokens for the value that it represents. You have a blockchain wallet, okay, which is another tool that is a unique identifier. It's something else, another tool that's totally depersonalized. It follows a code. So you need that wallet to transfer into the blockchain account. Again, depersonalized, people love it. This is why you have all these issues with this. It's generally not centralized. It's generally, there's marketplaces, but it's not something that's like centralized government kind of issue thing. All right. So, but moving forward, one of the more exciting things. This will be one of a couple of videos because I don't want to talk too much about this because it's a little more complicated. It sounds more complicated than it is, but it's a lot for one video, right? So, one thing that is a very interesting aspect of it is kind of like the value that comes from it, but that's ancillary to the actual value identified by the NFT. So, again, Nyan Cat, for example, right? So Nyan Cat, let's just say, Nyan Cat is worth $1 million, right? Let's say, so the half cat, half Pop-Tart's worth $1 million. Let's say 10 years ago, that Nyan Cat was copyrighted. That was a picture that was copyrighted. He was trademarked, he, she, whatever the cat is. I don't know if farts rainbows is cosmic. The cat's copyrighted, right? So people are transferring and trading this image of this copyrighted, trademarked image, trademarked name, or whatever it is, brand, this Nyan Cat brand. So there's infringement issues, right? So what happens? It's a source of income for the owner of the actual image. Because that image, because that trademark, because that intellectual property is, it has value with it, it's being used as value. It's not being used in a way that's infringing per se, right? Because you're not how can I put it this way? It could be anything. That cat in of itself is not valuable, but what that happens to represent is valuable, right? So it's, rather than going to all kinds of litigation, and let's say for the copyright holder, for the trademark holder to knock it out, it makes more sense for the copyright holder, the trademark holder to say, hey, I need royalties on that. So I need Nyan Cat. Every time you trade Nyan Cat on the marketplace, every time you put Nyan Cat on the computer, on the TV screen in your office, and you want to show you have $1 million Nyan Cat JPEG, $1 million Nyan Cat NFT, I need 4% a year on that. So that's my licensing, that's my royalty fee. Because it makes sense. It's a stream of passive income, and it's a great way to make some additional extra money. So by all means, NFTs, go take the Millennial logo and go make an NFT out of it. So I could charge you money and I can get money on it when that logo as an NFT, as a non-fungible token, represents $1 billion, I would like to get 4% on that $1 billion logo. So that's where we are. So this is part one of a couple of them. It's a very interesting concept. Again, passive income. It's really good, really cool. So it's just an interesting thing. I wanted to kind of share it with everybody because it's, once you kind of like master this kind of language, this kind of nonsense, and you realize you could just pull these things out of your butt and you could put them on a marketplace, on some kind of blockchain marketplace, you'll be better. You'll just be better off. So, big takeaways here. NFTs exist. NFTs have some kind of value. Non-fungible tokens exist. Non-fungible tokens have value. You can get greater value than the actual asset itself, and it could be a steady stream of passive income, for instance, trademark or copyright. So we will revisit this with another one. Again, very interesting material from my perspective. I don't know. Maletti Law, yours in laws, loves, and lifts. It is now time to go eat pizza at L&B Pizza. And I can tell you right now, L&B Pizza is not an NFT, but there is a lot of value in L&B Pizza. Have a beautiful night, everybody. Wish you all the best. Have a great day.